Hi guys, welcome back to another very British adventure, and in this week's instalment I have something all new planned. You see, I'm going to be heading back out on my second-hand inflatable kayak that I bought on the cheap from Facebook Marketplace, and I'm going to be putting that boat back through its paces by taking it back out into the wild. And unlike last week's adventure where we basically set out to sea and I paddled over to find a remote secluded beach to set up camp and spend the night, well, in this week's video we're going to be spending a couple of days paddling down what I'm told is one of the most beautiful rivers in the country. I haven't been down there before, so this is going to be a first for me too, but I have been warned there are a couple of fairly dangerous and quite serious navigational hazards that I'm going to need to figure out, so that sounds exciting. And on top of that, the place is apparently just amazing scenery, chock full of wildlife. He's coming after me. And so I'm really looking to go and exploring all of that, and then at the end we're going to find somewhere to pull the kayak in, and we're going to set up a little wild camp and have a cook up. But I fully intend to sleep in the inflatable kayak again, as I did in the last video, but with a twist. You see, one of you was very vocal in the comments section on that last video suggesting about the equipment I should buy to completely transform that experience. In fact, I think the phrase you used was game changer, and you had me at game changer. So I thought, do you know what, why not? I'm going to roll the dice and give this a try. So I just logged onto Amazon. I bought the exact equipment that you told me to buy. I haven't tested it yet, so I don't know whether you're just pulling my leg or being deadly serious, but hopefully we're going to use that equipment to set up a camp where it's going to make sleeping inside the inflatable kayak even better than it was previously. And again, I don't know how that's going to go. We're going to find out in real time. So if you're interested to see how that unfolds, stick around and find out. In a couple of days. Yeah, I'm going to be gone on a little adventure for a couple of days, which means you're the man of the house and you're going to have to take care of everyone, alright? Just for a couple of days and then I'll be back. Alright, love you. See you soon. Get this out into some slightly deeper water. Look at that. Crystal clear and some good flow. That looks amazing. I'm barely having to paddle at all. We're just cruising along. This is absolutely beautiful. You couldn't ask for a better day to be heading out on this kind of little adventure. There's Mrs. Great British Adventure and Great British Adventure Junior. Oh. Shallow. Oh, I think I'm going to have to get out and walk this bit. That feels deep enough. We're just drifting along beautifully down this river. Probably going about, I don't know, 2 miles an hour. Not really having to do anything, and it's just taking it all in. I have a swan in front of me looking like it's getting a bit territorial. It's sort of flaring its wings out as if to say, this is my patch. And I fully respect this is your patch. I'm just passing through, mate. I come in peace. Yeah, mate. Never seen a swan poised like that before. We've got a big submerged tree under the water here, and it's super shallow, so again, I don't want... I imagine that's what that swan was being territorial over. You see this one here is just protecting her nest and her eggs. It's alright. I'm on my way. There's a tree that's going all the way across. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to get past it. Oh. Yeah, look, it's created like this dam almost. It goes all the way across. Are we going to have to portage around here already? That's super annoying. I've drifted into the worst smelling sludge. This is horrendous. Oh God. Oh, what is happening? That's disgusting. Oh, it smells so bad. How have I ended up in this? Okay, I think I can see somewhere that we might be able to get out here. This is unofficial. Oh, God. Well, this certainly doesn't look simple. I have no idea at all. Now, having looked on Google Earth, I knew full well there was going to be some weirs that we'd need to get the boat out and portage it round the weir and head further down the river, but there would be like an official, unofficial, there'll be a well-trodden path is what I'm trying to say, and this is definitely not that. I've got a decent amount of weight on me, I don't... Like that doesn't look great, it looks like Puncture City through there. I'm gonna see if maybe I can get over through this rubbish and just maybe step out onto the log that travels across the river, maybe balance, try not to fall off, pull the kayak over and jump in all without getting wet. Sounds like I'll give myself 50-50. Just as I'm trying to figure this pickle out, this swan was coming up behind me looking at it was going to kick off. I'm trying to get out of you. I'm trying to get out of your hair, mate, honest. He was coming in for a fight then. He's protecting his family. I get it. I get it. This smells like a cross between, I don't know, like fermented cabbage and sewage. It's grim. Oh, no you didn't. No you didn't. Oh, that disgusting sewage smells now. Oh, grim. That is gross. I literally just felt that go all over me. Oh, brutal. Okay. It's on for plan B. Something to help me in a situation like this. Aha. do. A little bit of head clearance. Sorry to everyone who gets triggered by green trees having branches cut, but this is a needs must, and this is going to help future paddlers come down here, so I feel like it's a civic duty. I think that's the worst of it. Oh, we made it. Okay. Ooh. These little midgies. Just testing out the anchor whilst I change the batteries for the GoPro, and it seems to hold on alright, you know. Just entering a little shallow patch here. There's like a little island, so the river's accelerating either side here. I imagine if there's like a hole in the front of that, there'll probably be some trout loitering around there, just waiting to jump out on their unsuspecting prey. I'll tell you what, when it's fishing season, we're going to come back here. We're going to catch some trout. Definitely got a bit shallow again. So this is an absolutely stunning spring day, and you could definitely be fooled in thinking it was already summer, but all of the buds now are appearing on the trees. That lush greenness is starting to come back as winter slowly releases its grip. This is about as good as it gets. Springtime is definitely my favourite season. Like, everything's coming back to life. And it's that sense of so much to look forward to, you know? The rest of spring, summer. I like all the seasons really, but I think spring is definitely the one that got spring in your step, I guess. Look, that's the third nest of swans I've seen so far. You see them there? Just passing through, guys. I mean you no harm. These things here all just shaking in the wind and drifting on to pollinate somewhere new. So the speed of the river is really starting to pick up. I've gone from a deep section and must be getting shallower now. And then the river bifurcates here, and I'm trying to think which way do I go. Neither one looks particularly great, to be honest, but it's one of those that when I get close enough to decide, it might be too late. I think we're going to have to go this way under this branch. This one looks... Does that look doable? It does. Oh, it's hard to say. Need to decide. Ah. Oh, that's close. couple of geese just making a run for it there. I'm not even paddling, guys. This is probably one of the most quintessentially English rivers I've paddled, stroke, drifted down. There's another swan's nest over there protecting their eggs, flaring themselves up to sort of show me they mean business. It's fine, my friend. Just passing through. Good luck. You can hear the skeg just tapping on the occasional rock. But I think we're okay, I don't need to get out again. It's got very shallow again, I think. I'm guessing the river normally gets a lot higher than it is now. That explains it. We're back. We're back in action. So that's 2 unexpected obstacles. You know, when I was looking at Google Maps, I saw a couple of weirs and was like, all right, might need to get out once or twice. We haven't been in the water long. We've already had 2 pretty big obstacles. All right, let's see how the rest pans out. Look at this, he's seeing me off. It's alright, mate, I'm off. You win. Flying down there. Here comes another swan on the warpath. Look at it powering through the water. I mean you no harm, mate. But I do need to go that way. Easy, tiger. Easy, tiger. He's coming after me. Easy, easy, easy. I'm leaving. You go take care of your lady. That's the season at the moment. The swans are obviously protecting their family, and I can respect that. But when that swan started kicking up a fuss and I felt its wing just whack the kayak, you felt the reverberation through the kayak. You're like, oh, do you know what? You wouldn't want to get clipped around the head by one of those. So best just to give them as wide a berth as possible, and yeah, just respect the fact that that male is taking care of his female and his babies. That's his job. That's all of our jobs. So just get out of Dodge. So it looks like we've got another obstruction like we had earlier in the river. Now I could turn around and head back towards that swan and turn left rather than right, but oh, it's sooner not. Aha. Ooh. So that we don't have to go over the logs or turn around, and that takes me back to my childhood. There's a 12-year-old in me right now that really wants to have a go on that. But I probably weighed about 10 stone then, not 16. Oh, this looks like too much fun. Let's have a cool spot. It's okay. Get back to your eggs. All good. Wow. So we've just passed through a super rural stretch under this really beautiful old bridge, and there's a few old houses dotted along here, and I get the feeling this is where the other half live. Yeah, very nice too. That place up there has inspired me to buy a lottery ticket. There's some rocks. Yeah, there's some rocks in the water, and we've got rocks in the water, then we've got all these like sharp spiky bits of wood all sticking out, so more portage. Oh, a miracle, absolute miracle if I hadn't punched a hole in this by the end of the day. You can just see in the water here where the water's breaking, there's obstacles in the water. It's like some 1980s computer game, you know, like I don't know, was it Space Invaders or something? You have to keep going left and right and left and right just to work your way around them. Look at that massive boulder. Absolutely massive boulder. Oh jeez! Are you kidding me? Every little bit of river I go down, there starts off with one swan, then there's two swans, then there's three swans, and now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 11 swans waiting for me. This is a computer game, isn't it? Like, it starts off easy and it just gets like, there'll be some swan on steroids by the time I get to the end, like some sort of end of level boss. This is bananas. Oh guys. It's like the female swans I've upset back there have called ahead, and all the boys are now waiting for me. Takes me back. Hey, look at that old church there. I put good money on that being over 1,000 years old. I think I've sprung a bit of a leak. My shorts are absolutely soaked. There seems to be a pretty decent amount of water welling up in there. I think I've probably just like run aground in these shallows one too many times, and I think I've just punctured or sliced maybe the outer membrane, which just stops the water getting through. But thankfully none of the air cylinders are punctured, so I'm not going to sink. I'm just going to have a super soggy bum when I go to bed tonight. I'm going to go to this side of the river, okay? How's that? Better? Go on, you go take care of your lady. Do you know how many of you guys have started a fight with me today? This must be an all-time record. Okay. Easy, tiger. Easy, tiger. If there was another way, I would go that way. That sun's getting low in the sky and I'm getting super hungry. I think it's time to find somewhere to have a cook up. Can you hear that almighty roar? We have a weir and we definitely don't want to go over the edge of that, so time to paddle. Tell you what, that brings you close to the edge. Very pleased I didn't accidentally slip over that with all my gear. That would have been no bueno. Gonna find somewhere to camp, the sun's going down, and then a cook up. That looks pretty good. You. I'm gonna need you, and definitely gonna need you. Some mighty fine British venison burgers. That's exactly what I need. And because this is a very British adventure, it is of course a civilised affair. We have a drinks cabinet. Old fashioned, later in the day. Margarita, that's a contender. Espresso martini, that feels a bit later in the day. I think it's 1, 2, 3. Does that seem like a reasonable order to drink these cocktails in? Let me know. bloody good actually. It's pretty bloody good. Obligatory greens, make me feel slightly less guilty. Crack of pepper. They look and smell done, so let's kill the gas. I am so hungry right now. They are the best looking items of food I feel like I've ever seen in my life. Oh, amazing. Oh, it's so good. That is cooked to absolute perfection. Okay, lay flat tent user manual. One of the problems I had last time when I camped in the kayak is the fact that when I lay in it, it was really claustrophobic around my shoulders. I was being crushed, so I had to let a whole bunch of air out in order to be able to just lie in there comfortably. Whereas this time, hopefully, we'll be able to sleep kind of on top of it, and so I'll have a lot more sort of wiggle room. Well, that's the plan anyway. Time to camouflage the whole thing. Although the camouflage looks a bit autumnal, and it's springtime, so I'm sure no one will notice. It's super easy to clip together. About there. I've got my last cocktail out. Nice old fashioned to finish the day. And I've left the cooker out just in case it gets freezing cold in the night. And then I can chuck some water in a hot water bottle or just heat it up. I don't think the cold, noise, anything is possibly going to wake me up tonight, I'm shattered. Absolutely shattered. And I'm getting quite an early night because I've got a long way. I've got the other half of the river to paddle tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get up bright and early, have a coffee, then crack on. That is me for the night. All right, see you in the morning. Let's get some sleep. Tell you what, I actually had a really good night's sleep last night. It's not quite perfect. It's got a little bit in the middle to niggle out to try and you still sink into it quite a way, but it was a massive improvement on the last shelter, that's for sure. All that mist there just rising off the water, because that waterfall just feeds this little part of the river. Just brewing up a coffee, and we'll wrap up and go. Nothing fancy, keep it simple. That's exactly what we need. Leave no trace. Leaving it just as we found it. Forgot to put the bloody skeg on, didn't I? You know, I'm going to go without the skeg because it gets quite shallow in spots, and I don't really know just how much this did, but we're going to find out. Phase 2. See what difference having no skeg makes. I say, I'm just hoping it means we'll just scrape across the ground a little bit less. We'll see. Oh, I think it definitely makes a difference actually. It definitely makes a difference. You know, I'm going to put it on. Get back to it. So much for having warm, dry feet. That was a pipe dream. Okay. Little deer just watching me paddle past. Hello mate. How you doing? Such a stunning morning. I don't even want the sound of my paddle strokes to ruin it. I'm just drifting down the river, letting the current take me, eating a little bowl of fruit, listening to the birds. Soul food. Absolutely soul food.